If we were going to face Dawnslayer head-on, then we were going to need to spend some more time preparing. Our raid on Mordena's lair had been more or less successful, but it had also been a very tough fight, with more close calls than I was comfortable with. The first thing we needed to do was start building up some of our new recruits. Although it was tempting to just keep relying on our best-trained veterans, we had been suffering too many injuries lately, so it was a good idea to make sure we always had more well-trained operatives in reserve. After the Reapers delivered our latest payment, I signed over a hefty chunk of it towards further expanding our Psi Lab. Naz had proven himself to be a valuable asset, and he was still developing new abilities at an almost alarming rate, so now it was time to try giving some of those incredible powers to a slightly more stable operative. Fortunately, we had another willing volunteer, recruit Nathaniel Thompson. If everything went according to plan, he'd start exhibiting psychic powers before the end of the week. We had managed to capture 2 Illyrium cores on our more recent operations, so my next stop was the Proving Grounds, where I had our engineering team start working on 2 new projects. The first was something they were calling the Blue Screen Protocol, which they were hoping would allow them to develop some special anti-robotics munitions. The second project was a bit more practical, and involved using some of Tigan's research to improve the effectiveness of our medkits. Then it was time to set up a new covert op. Lately, it seemed like we had been burning through supplies faster than we could gather them, so I quickly prioritized another covert supply run. It was a relatively simple, low-risk job, so I assigned the task to 2 of our newer recruits. But we did still have at least a few surplus supplies for the moment, so I put those towards finally starting construction on the Shadow Chamber, the mysterious new facility that Tigan kept insisting he needed to continue his research. Hopefully it would be the last special facility he requested, because at this point we had almost completely run out of room aboard the Avenger. Speaking of Tigan, it had been a while since I had last checked in on him. I swung through the research labs and he quickly handed over a backlog of autopsy reports. He had finished disassembling that sectopod our men had brought down, and Lily Shen was already using his findings to upgrade our gremlin drones. Tigan had also hacked up one of those hulking berserkers, though his findings this time were a bit less impressive. Although he had been able to use the larger berserker queen to craft that suit of organic power armor, the best he could manage with the smaller ones was to distill their alien adrenaline into some sort of wildly addictive combat drug. There were still a few more Advent units that he hadn't gotten a chance to research yet, so I checked his wish list and requisitioned one of those robotic specters that we had in cold storage. Tigan quickly cut it to pieces, but unfortunately he wasn't able to draw any conclusive results, though it did inspire him to whip up some quick designs for some sort of one-shot cloaking device. Altex had been pestering me about Mordena's unique alien weaponry all week, so I asked Tigan to make sure it was safe to use. He seemed keen on the idea of studying more alien weaponry, but he warned me that it would take several days to complete a thorough analysis. I guess Altex would just have to wait a little longer. A few days passed, and our covert ops squad returned with a new pile of supplies in tow. The operation had gone off without a hitch, so I quickly set up a new one. This time I ordered Michaelum and Steel Badger to go out and spread some pro-XCOM propaganda, in hopes that it would encourage more resistance groups to get in contact with us. But propaganda was only going to get us so far, so I invested the rest of our new supplies into filling the last of the free space on the Avenger with even more communications equipment. That was the last bit of room we had aboard the ship, so hopefully we had everything we needed for our war on the Advent Authority. We had burned through our surplus supplies, and we had a half-dozen projects in progress, so now there was nothing to do but wait. A few more days passed uneventfully, but on the 4th day the spokesman got in touch with us about another potential target of opportunity. Apparently Advent was moving an important member of their civilian support team through an area that we had gained influence over, so it was an ideal opportunity to undermine Advent's authority by neutralizing their civilian asset. The Advent VIP had an armed escort, but it was surprisingly light. Apparently Advent was pretty confident that we would never try striking at them in a city that they supposedly controlled. Ever the fan of ironic mission codenames, Bradford quickly dubbed this Operation Mountain Tomb. Since the estimated strength of the Advent security was relatively low, this seemed like an ideal opportunity to give some of our newer recruits some more experience in the field. I put Sergeant Zoltan Major in charge of the operation, with Legion and the Beast backing him up, but I filled out the rest of the squad with some of our rookies. Joey was assigned as squad medic, Blackbane was secondary heavy support, and Pierce Wall would handle long-range support. I wasn't entirely comfortable sending so many rookies on a single operation, but this seemed like a pretty straightforward op. Hopefully, everything would turn out all right.
The spokesman has confirmed the location of a VIP valuable to the alien cause moving in this area, and he's asked that we use this opportunity to neutralize the operative. Secure the surrounding area and remove all enemy security forces guarding the target. Bring him in alive if possible, dead if necessary. Menace 1-5, target location confirmed. Move to engage. Eliminate all hostile contacts. Squad concealment active.
Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to episode 18 of my ongoing War of the Chosen series. Today we're picking up with a capture-kill mission. This can be one of the trickier missions, because it has a timer and it dictates where your extraction zone is going to be. If the timer runs out, then any men who are still on the field end up getting automatically captured by Advent. Fortunately, in this case, it actually looks like we're pretty close to the VIP and the extraction zone. We just need to move over towards this side street here and... hold on. Alright, we've already got our first Advent pod on the field. The two troopers shouldn't be a problem, but that Andromedan will be a bit trickier.
Confirmed.
Unfortunately, we didn't bring anyone who can neutralize it in one shot, so... our guys are going to have to bring it down with overwhelming firepower instead.
Orders confirmed. On the move.
It was definitely pretty risky to fill out half the squad with rookies, but I want to make sure all the troops get at least a little bit of screen time.
I'm on it.
Besides, if the worst thing we see on this mission is an Andromedan, we should be fine. And they're moving towards us. That's actually pretty convenient. They've set themselves up at ideal ambush range, so let's go ahead and get things started. We're obviously going to start things off with a grenade. I just want to make sure that everyone else is in position first. A grenade would work, but the rocket might actually work even better. It's got a smaller blast radius, but it inflicts more damage.
Rockets away!
Okay, that did some serious damage to the troopers and took off half the Andromedan's armor. Let's go ahead and have Blackbane follow up with a grenade. That'll knock out the Andromedan's cover, take out some more of its armor, and kill one of the troopers.
Take this!
Now I do need to take out this other trooper, but I also need to keep in mind that if I move someone up there, it might trigger a second enemy pod. I guess the safer thing would be to move the Beast over here. He can get a flanking shot through this window.
Is it clear?
12 damage. That is some serious overkill.
There you go.
Now everyone else needs to hit this Andromedan. We're not going to be able to drop it this turn, but I'm hoping we can at least knock it down to its robotic
That's
form. Fortunately, Pierce hit it with a critical hit, so now Henrik should be able to easily finish off the pilot.
Feel the power of the Templars.
Nice. And of course we'll set him on parry, so he'll be safe when that thing tries to punch him back. Looks like we've got a Viper pod. Oh, come on.
Commander. Let's get it done. Looks like one of them came back for more. Let's make sure to take it out this time.
They will try to shake my confidence.
Okay, this isn't too bad. The Viper King is already the weakest of the alien rulers, and we did a lot of damage to it last time. Unfortunately, it's too far away for most of our guys to be able to reasonably hit it. Oh, but I can hit it by lobbing a grenade over this building, so let's go ahead and do that. Shame I can't get that other Viper into the blast radius, but I guess I'll take what I can get.
Here, catch.
Now, what's he going... Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. The Viper King just bound Henrik. That means that every time I take an action now, it's going to crush him a little bit more. Let's see if Joey can get Henrik loose. Come on, Joey.
That is not good.
I owe my thanks to the Forge.
If that thing weren't holding Henrik, I'd just hit it with another grenade, but... Oh, wait, after their latest covert op, Blackbane and Joey became friends, so we'll just use teamwork to give Joey another shot. Alright, Joey, don't mess this up. You messed it up.
Not good.
I'm glad to have the armor.
Okay, well, at this point I think we're going to have to focus our fire on the Andromedan. We're too far away to hit the Viper, and moving around too much will just get Henrik killed faster. Our best bet is to drop the Andromedan shell in as few actions as possible, and then just end our turn. We want to give the Viper King as few actions to play with as possible. Actually, I don't think it crushed him that time. Most of my soldiers are out of its line of sight. I guess it's possible that it only reacts if it can see my soldier taking an action. If that's the case, then it's another reason to finish off the Andromedan without moving around too much.
What's over there?
That's one less threat to deal with.
Okay, so I got one.
Now let's see what these things do. Poison. That's definitely annoying. Unfortunately, we brought along a low-level specialist, so we're not going to be able to cure that. We'll just have to wait it out and hope it doesn't do too much damage. I guess the first thing we really need to do here is take another shot at that Viper King with Joey. He's actually got a halfway decent chance to hit, he's just been unlucky so far. Well, let's go for it. Hopefully third time's the charm. Yes, that'll do it.
Got him. King is down. Good work, people. It's over.
A little premature there, Bradford. It's not quite over. Now that Henrik's back up, let's go ahead and hit that Viper.
My strike surges forth.
Solid damage, and he managed to stun it. But let's go ahead and finish it off. Okay, that deals with the first two pods, plus our second alien ruler.
Happy now?
Hopefully we'll only have to deal with one more pod before we get to the evac zone. Let's go ahead and start pushing the rest of the squad up. Oh, and we still need to grab that VIP too. We actually took out the corner of the building here. That might make a good access point.
Moving out. Got it. Got it covered. Who's got a med kit? Okay, this is bad.
A little bit of poison damage, but at least it looks like Blackbane managed to shrug it off already. Let's keep pushing up and keep our eyes peeled for that third enemy pod. Nothing yet, but there's a window right next to that VIP. I think we'll actually use that as our access point. We can have one of our operatives jump through that window, punch the VIP in the face, and then cart his unconscious body to the evac zone.
Ready to engage. Moving to position. Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, some of our guys are still really hampered by that poison debuff. Not only does it do damage over time, it also reduces their accuracy and movement attributes.
On my way.
We'll just get our guys set up near this building and set them all into Overwatch for now. Hopefully they'll work the poison out of their systems in the next turn or two.
Moving to Overwatch. Alright, that one hurt.
Wait, Blackbane is... Could have sworn Blackbane recovered from the poison. Why is he poisoned again? Well, whatever. We need to keep pushing forward.
The forces of the occupation.
Okay, there's the next enemy pod. Looks like a stun lancer, a shield bearer, and an advent officer. Not too bad. Could be better. Could be worse. Oh, right, but with half our squad poisoned, it might actually be a bit difficult to properly engage these guys. Let's go ahead and toss out a heal. Oh, right, Joey's not actually a high enough level to do ranged heals. I guess I'll have to move up next to someone. Unfortunately, there are no good places for him to stand, so we'll come back to him in a minute. Let's see if we can... No, they are way out of range of our grenade launchers right now. Now I really wish I'd saved that rocket. We just don't have a lot of good options here. I think we're just going to have to spend this turn pushing up and hope that no one gets shot too badly.
I hope it's worth it. We came out here for this.
Target identity confirmed. Menace 1-5. Remember, we're here to capture the VIP if possible. Knock them out and bring them in. Roger that. Got it covered. Moving to designated coordinates. Got it covered.
I'm not really sure what to do with Henrik here. He's only got one action left, so I should probably use it to get him to a safer position. I guess this full cover over here will have to do. Alright, let's get the rest of our guys on Overwatch and see what happens.
Scanning.
They've got shields up. The Lancer is charging.
Not good.
Most of our Overwatch shots are missing. Oh, there we go. Joey managed to land a good one.
Come on, focus.
And he missed Henrik. Nice.
Want to attack here?
Oh, I'm hit.
Okay, this is bad.
I might need some help.
And everyone's still poisoned. Great. Well, let's keep pushing up and see if we can hit these guys.
Moving on target location.
Nope, still just out of range with our grenade launcher. We can easily finish off this stun Lancer, but he's not the guy I'm worried about. I want to take out that shield bearer and officer over there. Well, let's keep pushing up and see if we can hit these guys. If Joey were closer, I could try to one-shot one of them with his skulljack. Oh, but for now, let's just go ahead and heal Zoltan. That'll get the poison off him too, and then hopefully he can move up close enough to hit those guys with a grenade. Okay, let's bring him up.
I'm trusting you here.
And he's still just slightly too far away. I guess I could put him on suppressive fire, but that kind of feels like a waste. Let's see what my other options are here. Definitely not a lot of good choices. Well, for now I think we're just going to have to hang back.
Overwatch.
I'm really tempted to rush Henrik out there and hit one of these guys. He'd be able to shrug off the first attack with parry, but then he'd just get shot again. We'll have him finish off this Lancer instead. And we'll go ahead and set him on parry anyway, just in case.
All right, I'll go.
And I guess we'll go ahead and set everyone else on Overwatch.
Scanning.
Got it covered.
On Overwatch.
The officer moved, but he was too far away for us to hit with Overwatch fire. Now the shield bearer's moving around.
Negative damage.
Oh, hey, and Zoltan managed to land a pretty solid hit there.
Hit the armor.
Unfortunately, the Beast and Blackbane are both still poisoned, so they're not landing any shots. Well, fortunately, it looks like they can't land any hits either. Hey, and the Beast isn't poisoned anymore. About time. I think we're definitely close enough now to hit these guys, so let's bring Blackbane up first.
On the move.
Fortunately, poison doesn't affect the accuracy of his grenades. Let's see if I can... There we go. That won't hit the officer, but it will take out his cover. And now the shield bearer is stuck out in the open, so we should be able to finish him off pretty easily.
What's over
let's go ahead and move Zoltan up and... Whoops. Okay, we're fine. Anyway, let's see if we can have him finish off that shield bearer. Nice.
It's dead. It has to be dead. Dead in the water here.
Pierce Wall's got a building in the way, so let's just go ahead and have him dash over to a better position. And now let's have Henrik hit that officer. Since he's the only enemy left on the field, Henrik will be pretty safe as long as I set him on parry afterwards. In fact, I'm going to hedge my bets on the officer wasting his attack on Henrik, so let's just start bringing everyone closer.
Moving to designated position.
Is it clear?
The beast's actually got a pretty good chance to hit. Just a graze, but every little bit helps. Now we'll just set Henrik on parry, and... Looks like the officer decided to pull back and go into Overwatch. Not the move I was expecting. Well, Henrik can finish off the officer, so let's go ahead and do that.
Strike for my people. Chases my knife.
Hey, and we get some loot. An autoloader and an expanded mag. Not bad. That should have been the last pod on the field, so now we can just focus on bringing everyone up. I don't think we're actually going to have to deal with any more enemies until we either knock out or kill that VIP.
Roger that.
Rock and roll. If you say so. Ready to go.
Man, at this rate, Blackbane's not even going to be able to reach the evac zone.
Reloaded.
Understood. Moving out. I'm on it.
Oh!
Finally. Alright, Blackbane is back in it. No alien turn, so that means I was correct in assuming that there are no more enemies on the map. We know that the last pod's coming in by a dropship, so let's just go ahead and knock out the VIP now and see where the reinforcements are coming in. Then we can set our guys up accordingly.
We'll carry you if we have to. Orders confirmed. On the move. Heading there now.
Okay, I'll go. I will sense any disturbance. I hope it's worth it.
Affirmative. Covering now.
Overwatch. Got it covered.
Oh, that's actually pretty convenient. We can go ahead and keep moving our guys towards the evac zone and set them all on Overwatch to greet this reinforcement pod when it shows up.
I'm on the move.
Well, except for Joey. He can't shoot anyone while he's lugging that VIP around. So we'll just get him out of here now.
VIP secure. Position for
VIP
evac.
is secure.
Now let's get everyone else into position.
Move into position.
Affirmative. Covering now.
Headed there now.
Honestly, I don't even really need to hug cover here. We're so close to the evac zone that we can just leave if we get in over our heads.
I guess that'll be okay. Affirmative. Covering now.
I am watching.
All right, I'll go. I'm on it.
A heavy mech and 2 elite troopers. That's not too bad.
We've got hazmat here. At least we know where they are. Big deal. I'll get him next time. I'll get him next time.
We only took out one of the troopers, and that heavy mech is on overwatch. So the first thing we need to do is hit the mech. There we go. That knocked it off overwatch. Now the rest of the guys can start moving to the evac zone. Well, towards it anyway. We've still got 2 turns to go, and we're not going to leave Blackbane behind. Let's go ahead and use Zoltan's last grenade.
Throwing grenade.
That takes out most of the mech's armor and knocks that other trooper off the roof. Now let's pull the beast back and hit that mech again.
What's over there?
And Pierce can finish off that trooper.
No longer a threat.
And Henrik can finish off the mech. Oh shoot, I guess I should have had Pierce finish off the mech. Henrik could have finished off the trooper.
Watch the flank.
This could be bad. Well, that actually wasn't that bad. Minor damage to a couple of the soldiers, and Zoltan's on fire. But he's right next to the evac zone, so let's just go ahead and pull him out now. Now let's shuffle Henrik into the evac zone, and he can take another shot at the mech before he leaves. There we go, got it that time. Alright, let's get everyone out of here.
Is it clear? Rolling out. I'm all over it.
Making my exit.
I'm gone. Just in time.
Ready to boogie. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
I would like to assure the citizens of Advent that our peacekeepers will stop at nothing to prevent further attacks by criminal elements such as the one that occurred today. The Elders have total faith in our ability to overcome any and all threats to our peace.
Okay, looks like we got promotions almost completely across the board. Joey will pick up medical protocol. Blackbane will grab Shredder. The Beast will pick up Run and Gun. And Squatty Wall will grab Long Watch. And then Legion. Let's see here. This perk gives a chance to deflect all incoming shots. This one lets him collect more focus. And, ooh, Blade Storm. Well, that's a must-have. So we're definitely taking Blade Storm. And Reaper is nice, but it's way too expensive, so let's go ahead and grab Deflect. Alright, that'll definitely make him even deadlier in the field. Good work, everyone. Fortunately, my concerns had indeed been unfounded. Although there had been a few unpleasant surprises, chief among them the return of the Viper King, our men had gotten the job done. Not only had they killed the Viper King, but they recovered its corpse for Tygan, and they had even managed to capture the Advent VIP alive. It had been a good week for XCOM. A few more weeks like this one, and we'd finally be ready to take down Dawnslayer.